morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you listen to this. This is Tanks and Tutties presented by Tubbs and Frank. Let's get right into it, Austin. How was your weekend?
It was all right. Didn't do much. I actually, this is going to be tough to admit, but I helped set up a baby shower, and let me tell you, it was rough. So, yeah. I mean, how about you?
Well, we got to go back to that. I didn't know that coming into this. You had to help set up a baby shower as a male?
Yeah. So, basically, they just needed...
How'd you get roped into that one?
Well, basically, my girlfriend was in charge of it, and they needed, brains and muscles, so they reached out to me, and there I was, Superman. So
I just want to start with this. And then
okay, well, in my defense, it was also one of my friends' baby showers. Like, I know her personally. We worked together for 2.5 years, so I was going to be there anyways. Might as well help.
And then I'm gonna hit you. With a. You said they needed muscles.
Well, yeah.
Dude, you're 90 pounds soaking wet.
140. Check that.
Got twigs for arms.
I just weighed myself yesterday.
Okay.
We put on 5 pounds recently, so.
Gonna need a weight check on the Twitter. But my weekend, man, fantastic. I think it's the best weekend I've had in years. Went on a golf trip up to Gaylord, played some beautiful tracks, drank a heavy amount of soda pops, and I'm hurting today, real sore, but it was well worth it just because the beautiful course is up there. So for today's show, we've got our gambling talk. We're gonna go lots of baseball to cover, NBA draft, NHL finals, a little bit of NFL talk. Then we've got our Grit Award of the week. We're gonna do a little weekend preview. And then any little miscellaneous things at the end there, but should be a good show. So let's hop right into it. Gambling. Last week we both went 1-0 in our locks. You had Braves first 5, or did you have Braves money line full game?
Nope, Braves money line. And I'm gonna double check the score real quick. I know they won. I think it was a close game, but I know they won. Glad I didn't take the -1.5, if that is what it was. Let's see. It was last Monday, to be exact. Yeah, they won. They beat the Giants 2-1. So yeah,
Yep. And then I had Tampa money line. I told you they weren't losing that night, and I was right. Plus odds hit that. Obviously, didn't hit my long shot. It's difficult. They gave me some hope. Last night's game real close, but Avs locked it up, and good for them. Young team, cool to see. And I don't know if you caught it in the trophy ceremony there. They just dropped the trophy.
Yeah, I did see that.
Did you see that?
I did. Yeah,
that's a tough scene.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I did tell you so. Age was exactly that, nothing but a number. And Avs came out, and quicker, younger. That age keeps them stealthy, keeps them quick. So, Avs took the series.
Cale
I saw it
McCarr,
coming.
that dude is going to be a stud for a long time.
Yeah, that team is definitely good.
1-0, both of us in our locks. I'm 0-1 on my long shot, and your long shot was the Adames bet, correct?
Yeah, which I actually want to clean up with you before we get any further into this. Do we want to go 20 in the second half, or do we want to go 20 from when I said it? Because I said 20 in the second half, and we said, so 33 or more, which at this point, I think he's up to 16.
I would like to go 20 in the second half.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I just wanted to double check. I was going to be fine if you said 33 plus. But yeah, he kind of, I don't want to say he got hot this week, but he did hit a couple more. We're inching closer, and I just didn't want to mess you up and screw you over, take your money. He is currently sitting at 15 now, so.
Yep, and I feel like 20 plus in the second half is more of a long shot as well. 33 would have been not difficult given where he's at right now. So,
I wouldn't say
this
not
week
difficult, but
this week though we've got some how would I put this? You can't get it on a sports book. It's just a fun week. We've got 4th of July coming up. Maybe. It's gonna be a good weekend. If anybody listening wants to take me up on the bet that I'm about to take for my lock, hit my line, or hit our Twitter. So my lock is me consuming over 40.5 beers this weekend. It is 4th of July weekend. I do love to drink, especially on a freedom weekend like
Isn't
this.
that what 4th of July is for? It's for drinking, right?
Exactly. It's drinking and golf. Golf and Sunday.
Red,
That's
white,
gonna
and
be
brews,
a good
baby.
amount there. So, yep. If anybody wants to take that under, hit me up. But I'm going to be drinking. That's Friday to Sunday.
Okay, so we're
'Cause I won't be
counting all
drinking-
3 days.
I won't be drinking on Monday. Yep. So 40 and a half in 3 days. That's a good amount. That's a good
Wait,
amount.
so you mean to
I
tell me
don't
this
plan
is
on
the
day
entire
drinking either
weekend? You're taking this bet for the entire weekend, but you're not including the holiday that the weekend is based around.
Well, see, but on the holiday, I head home from the place that I will be at, so I probably won't drink.
Okay, probably.
I
safe.
go hard on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I sometimes take it easy, but probably not. But
Understand.
anyways, my long shot, the longest shot you're probably ever gonna hear come out of my mouth. That's probably a lie, but I think the Pistons land Durant in the offseason.
Whoa.
Given what happened with Kyrie Irving and the whole Ben Simmons thing, I think he's fed up. I think instead of ring chasing, he wants to go be a part of something. And obviously, the Pistons just had a couple good pickups. We'll talk about those later. But I think they go out and they get Durant. They've got the money for it.
I'm saying
so
based
I thought
off
they were
his
going to go
past.
after.
Based off his past,
That's it.
I'm going to say that's an extra long shot. Probably, I don't know. You might be 0-2 in your long shots coming here soon.
That's okay. They're long shots for a reason. It's just going to be a huge celebration when we eventually hit one.
Fair.
So I'm not trying to make money off of this. That's why we got locks.
You're right.
So what do
Speaking
you
of
got?
locks.
What's out?
Yeah, I'm going to
Yep.
stick to the basketball theme here. And like Jake said, there's a whole debacle in Brooklyn. This team is in shambles. Not really sure why, to be honest with you. I mean, Kyrie's kind of a cancer here. So I'm going to stick with that and say my lock is Kyrie's not going to play another game for the Nets. You might be able to find this one on books, actually. I would say probably DraftKings might eventually offer this or something. They usually offer like, oh, what team is this player going to play for next? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Kyrie's not going back to the Nets. There's 0% chance. He wants out of there so bad. And then I'm going to stick with that with my long shot as well. And I'm going to say it's a long phrase for a long shot. Russ is getting traded to the Nets for Kyrie. It's going to be a sign and trade deal. All you need to know is the long shot is Russ is getting traded to the Nets and Kyrie's going to the Lakers.
Now, I'm not a huge NBA guy, but did LeBron and Kyrie have a falling out or no?
I don't know if I would
I
call
thought
it.
they had a falling out after Cleveland.
I don't know if it's really a falling out or what exactly they called it, but I mean, Kyrie narrowed it down to he had like 4 different places where he said, all right, sign and trade, this is where I can go, nowhere else, because, I mean, he either has to accept his option, his team, I think it's team option, either has to accept that or he has to agree to a sign and trade. So he basically gets to pick what teams he gets to go to. But then on the other side, that other team that he's going to then also has to find a package that both teams can agree on. Thing is, nobody wants Russ. So
That's the problem. Nobody wants Westbrook.
Oh,
But I feel like the Lakers didn't help him much by not letting him facilitate. He's a point guard, and they kept throwing him a
but
shooting
point
guard.
guards are
He
supposed to
obviously
be
saw he couldn't
shooters.
shoot. So Xavier Simpson wasn't. Remember that name? Bet you
Yeah.
don't.
I do, actually, I do.
King of the hook.
Yeah, not a
All right,
fan.
well, I think that wraps up gambling. We'll see how that ends up. I'm gonna really push for this lock. I need to go 2-0 to start the year.
I feel
start
like
the podcast, I should say.
I feel like those could be done fairly quickly. It's either going to be really quick or we're not going to know for a really long time.
Right.
So
Those are all at the start of the season, by the way. That we can't, Kyrie can't sit out for the first part and then middle of the year all of a sudden he's on the
true. I didn't
Lakers.
even
That
think of
doesn't
that.
count. That's a loss. Start of the season. So let's hop into some baseball. The
Yeah.
Tanks part of the show.
sure thing.
If you don't mind, I would like to start with something that is just warming my heart and giving me butterflies.
Wait,
and
I
that's
have one more
Riley
thing.
Greene.
I have one more thing.
Oh, no,
But-
you got to let me go now. I started it. We'll hop back in a
No,
second.
this doesn't have to do with baseball. I just want to say,
Jesus.
I'm so glad that this is not a video podcast. I've done a video podcast before, and let me tell you, if this was a video podcast right now, people would be looking at me like I was the biggest drug guy on this show, because my allergies are absolutely killing me right now. My eyes are sweltering and just straight red. I look like I've had dust blown in my eyes for 12 hours straight, and just it's not a good look. So I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Now that you mention it, you do look faded.
Yeah,
you look faded.
Let me tell you, I'm not a drug guy.
And you're so skinny too. You look like a meth addict.
All right, back to baseball.
Yep, back to baseball. Riley fucking Greene. I mean, come on. This kid is phenomenal. He's patient at the plate. He looks like he's a 10-year vet taking pitches and getting walks. And he's making diving plays that should give every real Tigers fan the best half chub of their lives.
Yeah.
He's blue balling us with these catches, and then he finishes off the next day with another great catch, back to back.
Yeah, I have to say, I think this dude might be the real deal. Coming out of Orlando, Florida.
Riley Reed Greene. Riley Reed Greene. That's his nickname. You heard it here first.
Riley, real mean green machine.
Oh. No, I like the other one better.
All right.
No, but anyways, he's patient at the plate. He's everything we wanted Torque to be, but obviously Torque's not gonna be making diving plays. But Torque heated up with him in the lineup too. We're gonna start calling them the Bang Bros. I think that's what we're gonna start calling them.
Oh.
The Bang Bros of Detroit.
Okay.
Spencer Torkelson and Riley Greene. They're gonna be around for a while.
Does Riley Greene hit home runs?
Torque was heating up. He should be. He hasn't yet, but. What did Torque have? He had like three games in a row with 2+ hits, correct?
No.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Oh,
he had 3 games in a row with 2 hits last week. I think that fed into the week before.
Yeah, he's got 8 games under his belt.
The problem is the pitching, though. We're getting all these, Riley Greene's making plays, and Torque's heating up finally, and Baez figured it out. He learned how to stay off of a curveball in the dirt.
Baez was like a switch, too. It was so quick. Like, he's been complete ass the entire season, and then just, like, the last 2 weeks, all of a sudden it's like, oh, shit, like, Baez is back to hitting home runs. Like, yeah, he's still striking out. He's going to strike out no matter what. Doesn't matter where he's playing, who's pitching. He's going to strike out. But...
Yep, he almost hit for the cycle on Wednesday. He was a triple shy. He's hitting tanks. And he looks good running around those bases, man. He looks great.
El Mago, still not a fan. Being a Cub, I don't know. I will never be able to get behind Javi Baez. I will say, though.
Well, that's my Tigers wank-off session. I'll let you take it away with Brewers / rest of the league.
Well, I'll keep going on the Tigers for a little bit here.
Riley Greene's my favorite. Absolutely.
So... I was shocked. I mean, Riley Greene came up and, Monday, Torque had 2 hits, 3rd game in a row. Granted, they were playing the Red Sox. Red Sox beat them. But also, like, half of the Red Sox roster at the time was batting 300+. So, like, just to see the bats come back around, like, hey, you're facing a super hot team. You're probably not going to win. But for the bats to finally come around for literally the worst offense in the major leagues this year so far, I mean, if I were a Tigers fan, I would be somewhat excited. And I mean, not only that, but Riley Greene was hitting, through his first 4 games, he was hitting almost 500. And he had 2 hits again on Tuesday. And I mean, yeah, the last 2 games he's been hitless. He went 0 for 5 on Saturday, which was rough. But I mean, that's really the first real bad game he's had. Granted, he's only 8 games in, but I mean, he doesn't strike out.
That Saturday that he went 0 for 5, the best diving catch I've seen in my life.
Yeah, so I mean, even if he's not hitting, he's going to make up for it in the outfield. He's fast. He gets a jump on the ball. He can read it. I mean, I seriously think he's going to be an all-star, a multi-time all-star in his career. And like you were saying, he doesn't strike out. I mean, he's got 5 strikeouts in his first 28 at bats. Like, that's it.
Yeah, so he's so patient at the plate. It's amazing.
Yeah, and
he needs to help Javi out.
I think him coming up brings up, just some energy. Like, they were all expecting him to be there for opening day, and then the injury, and that kind of killed the energy for a little bit there. And I mean, then you have bad energy to start the year. You start losing games, then that just keeps compiling, and it's bad. It's bad juju. So for him to come back, I think that was a little bit of an energy boost for them, which was it was good to see. I mean, I'm not a Tigers
Much
fan.
needed
but
as a fan, too.
It's cool to see them.
Much needed as a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been so boring to watch. And you got Kirk Gibson announcing games. That's just a snooze fest. But we finally got some excitement up there, and I hope we just keep the excited games coming. And, next year I'll get my hopes up again and call them a playoff team.
Yeah, so looking ahead, I guess, at this week, you guys don't have a game today, Monday the 27th. But then you go for 2 at San Fran, 3 at Kansas City. Wow, you guys have 2 off days this week. You don't play Monday or Thursday. Only 5 games, slow week. So what would you say in those 5 games? What do you think their record is? 2 against San Fran, 3 against Kansas City.
I thought we're gonna get 2 from Kansas City, and we're gonna lose both to the Giants. So what was that? 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
You got a good game on Tuesday, Skubal versus Rodon.
That's the problem. Is that Rodon? I saw Rodon was gonna be pitching. That guy's a stud. So
Yeah.
I
Wednesday,
think Skubal will have a decent start. I think he'll only give up probably 2 runs.
Yeah.
But the bats won't get going against Rodon.
Wednesday, Garcia versus Wood. Then you go Friday against Kansas City. You got Faedo versus Keller. Bo Bresky versus Brady Singer, and then Skubal again versus Bubic. So, yeah, I think
2
you
for
guys.
the Royals.
I could see you sweeping the Royals. Not to get your hopes up.
Definitely possible. Definitely possible. So let's move on from the Tigers here. We can talk some Brewers if you'd like.
Absolutely.
How'd they look last week?
It was an up and down week. 4 and 3. We had 2 tough series. I mean, 4-game series against the Cardinals. We split it, went 2 and 2. Took the first one 2-0, and I just got to throw this out there. Corbin Burnes is going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This dude is an absolute stud. He had one hell of a week. There's not even words to put into how well he pitched this week. Against the Cardinals, I believe he went 7 innings. I'm going to pull this up to double check. I know when he pitched yesterday, I got to get it. He had a 7-inning outing, and then he had a 7 2/3 innings. And, yeah, so he pitched Monday against the Cardinals. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. And also, mind you, that is the, 5th 10 strikeout game for him this season. 5th double-digit strikeout game this season. 17th time in his career. Just let that sink in. 17 times he's had double-digit strikeouts.
I think you got a Cy Young candidate there, bud.
I mean, he won it last year. He should be.
They don't give back-to-backers on those, though.
Absolutely.
DeGrom will come
Dude, look at
off the island
Verlander.
somehow. Verlander's different. Don't you dare compare those two.
Yeah, you're right. Burnes is better.
Oh, my God. No way. No way.
At this point in his career, yes.
Verlander wins that argument no matter what because he's married to Kate Upton. Or dating. I don't even know.
Yeah, I
But
couldn't
she's
even
hot
tell
as
you
shit.
what Burnes' wife looks like. But so then
I know
anyways.
Burnes doesn't look as good as Verlander. So
then we got bailed out on Tuesday. Burnes pitched a gem. And then Tyrone from the Backyardigans. Tyrone Taylor, 2-run bomb, gave us the only 2 runs we needed in that game. Knocked off Miles Michaelis and the Cardinals. Hader came in and got another save. I believe that was number 20. I know he's at 20-something. He has 22 saves this year. Phenomenal. Lost Tuesday. We were throwing everybody and anybody. Chichi fucking
Speaking of
Gonzalez
relievers real quick,
on Tuesday.
before I forget about this, why did the Dodgers let Kenley Jansen go?
Dude.
He has been unreal this year.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well, it wasn't that they let him
just
go,
let him walk.
but yeah, I mean, they let him sign somewhere else, and yeah, I mean he.
And you're
signed
telling me the
by
Dodgers couldn't
Braves.
find the money?
The reigning champs, mind you, signed Kenley Jansen. Dodgers just like, whatever, he's fine. Dude's got 20 saves, has only allowed 13 earned runs in 32 innings, which, I mean, for a closer, like, that's not bad. So, yeah, Kenley, I fucking hate Kenley Jansen, but, yeah, dude, why?
He's a weird-looking dude. I have no hate for him.
Fun fact,
I actually kind of like him.
Fun fact, he used to be a catcher.
Very fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
threw me off guard right there. Well, he definitely had some fuck-ups with the Dodgers, but I mean, a guy like that, just to see him perform like this, it's gotta hurt to be a Dodgers fan. I mean, it's gotta hurt. And but you went out and replaced him, right? Craig Kimbrell.
Well,
wait, he's been awful.
Well, okay, he was awful. He's coming back around. He does this every year. It seems
That's
like
how it always goes.
Yeah, he literally does this every year. He'll come out and he starts just absolute dog shit, worst closer in the league, and then he steps away and says, "Oh, I got to work on my mechanics." Dude, you've been in the league for how long? You should not have to fix your mechanics every year.
Right.
But no,
it's me and my golf game, man. I golf all this time, and every time I go out there, I saw a new YouTube video to throw in the swing. That's what Craig Kimbrell does, except he does it on the major league level.
Wait, let me try this.
Sees a YouTube video. He watches Pitching Ninja, and all of a sudden,
he's like, if I hang my arm a little bit more at a 90-degree angle. But yeah, no, Kenley Jansen, Dodgers, never should have let him walk. But back to the Brewers, Chichi Gonzalez. I mean, we're literally down to our last hope of pitchers. We're calling up everybody and anybody. Chichi Gonzalez had like an 8 ERA pitching in the majors this year, and then got released. I think he got released twice by teams this year. So the Brewers like, oh, you know what? Let's go get him off waivers. We grabbed him. He was horrible on Tuesday. There's nothing more to say about that game. Wednesday, lost again, 5-4. It was a close game. Lauer's finally coming back down to earth. It's sad to say. I saw it coming, but, I mean, did anybody really expect Eric Lauer to be, like, all-star 1.5 ERA candidate? I definitely did not. So, yeah.
Not with a name like Lauer or Eric.
I mean,
not exactly a Cy Young name right there.
We won that trade from the Padres. I'm just going to say that. I mean, we got Eric Lauer and Luis Urias for Trent Grisham straight up. I'll take it. Looking back, we definitely won that trade. But so on Thursday, Brewers won again, 6-4. We split the series. Jason Alexander, this dude, he's 2-0 now, and I'm honestly shocked. He's not a strikeout pitcher or anything, but comes up. I mean, he held the Cardinals at bay at least long enough for us to get a win. Hader came in, got another save, and we split the series 6-4. And yeah, then we stayed at home. Toronto came to town. Adrian Hauser let us get absolutely just bombs away. Vladdy and his wagon came into town. Yeah, we lost game 1 9-4. Next game, 5-4. Burns again. This one, even better. First time a Brewers pitcher this year has gone into the 8th inning. He went 7 2/3, like I said before. Just missed another double-digit strikeout game. But 5 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 9 Ks. Can't complain about that. Taking down the Blue Jays. I mean, that's a tough game. And then came out yesterday, and we just absolutely destroyed Jose Barrios, who has been buns. I don't know if you have anything to say about Barrios, but
I wanted the Tigers to go after him until I've seen all this.
Yeah.
He's not been good.
I don't know. So, like, I had him a couple years ago in fantasy baseball, and he was like, he's got that huge name. Like, everybody's like, oh, yeah, Jose Barrios. Like, he's a great pitcher. I really don't think he is. Like, he's been okay this year. Like, he went on a streak right before this where he had, like, 3 starts that were really good. Like, he looked like an all-star. But before that, he was giving up 4 or 5 game, and now he's back, and he gave up, like, 8 runs yesterday in 2 innings. Like, that is not what you want from a guy who you just signed a huge contract.
Right.
But
right. If that wraps up your Brewers, I had something click when you talked about winning a trade.
Okay.
Isaac Paredes. What in the world?
Yeah.
Dude, so what is it, Monday he breaks up a no-hitter, off of Garrett Cole.
Yep.
Pretty impressive. And then the next day, he hits 3 home runs.
Yep.
What?
The parade is in town, folks.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So,
This guy, every time he played for the Tigers when Jamer was hurt, he didn't do shit. Might have knocked a single here or there. I think he had maybe 1 home run with the Tigers, then he hits 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Well, so the fun
I mean,
fact
good
about
for
that,
him, but...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the fun fact about that was he hit 3 to put his season total at 7. He almost doubled his entire year's home run count in 1 game.
Do you know how big your dick has to feel after hitting 3 home runs in a Major League Baseball game?
And it was off the Yankees.
I mean, you've got to feel like a stud.
Absolutely.
But then Tigers lost that trade so far, because Meadows, he's been decent, but he was hurt, and, he hasn't, obviously our hitting is still not very great. And I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure he still hasn't hit a home run with the Tigers yet. I think 2 weeks ago I checked on that, and he hadn't yet.
I'll check right now.
And now Paredes has 7, and he just hit 3 in a game. Like, come on. That's just terrible.
Meadows does not have a home run yet this year.
Yep.
That is
another thing I was thinking about. The Angels, they've got 2 of the most exciting players in baseball.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever watched an Angels game because they're always on that West Coast time bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's the Angels. Like, they're not super entertaining, but what did Ohtani have? 8 RBIs, and they fucking lost?
Yeah. They lost, I believe it was 12-11 in extras that day. And, I mean, can you imagine, like, coming up to the plate and getting 8 RBIs and then your team loses? Like, how as a team do you allow that to happen? This dude literally put his entire nutsack on the table for you, and nobody else could do anything. That's just embarrassing. Nope. Like, I get there's pitching and defense and everything, but, like, this dude went out and got 8 RBIs alone, and you couldn't do anything for him?
And you've got one of the best baseball players of all time, and you've done nothing with that man.
You have the best baseball player to ever play the game.
That's TBD, to be decided.
I'm going to look at this game real quick.
Babe Ruth was pretty damn good, man.
It was.
But another thing about Ohtani, he had that 462-foot shot. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was a tank right there.
Absolutely.
That was a tank. We need to get him on the show. Let's get Ohtani on the show.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the pod.
I'll reach out to him, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Yep. I'll reach out to Trout, see if we can maybe.
Well, he's on my fantasy team. He might
understand
a little bit better if I reached out to him.
True. Yep.
I just want to point this out quick too. When Ohtani had those 8 RBIs, they only had 10 hits and they scored 11 runs that game. And the pitcher that got the loss. Granted,
then the next day I forgot to mention he had 13 Ks the very next day.
Yeah.
You go out and you hit 8 RBIs, and the very next day you come out and pitch and get 13 Ks. Come on.
Yeah.
This guy might be the best baseball player ever. And the Angels might ruin his career too.
I don't know about that. I think, I don't know. It's so hard to say. Like, I really want the Angels to be good because they are, like we said, they are so entertaining to watch when you ever watch them because they're not relevant. But, like, they're not over 500 right now. They're 33-38. When's the last time, other than probably the beginning of the year, that you remember the Angels being over 500 and, like, being a serious playoff contender?
Yep. No, they had that somewhat hot start, and then they just fell off.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel bad for guys like Ohtani and Trout, and now you get, like, Taylor Ward and some of these guys coming up. It's like, dude,
they always have solid teams, but they just don't get it done.
They've had Joe Adell, who's the number one prospect, who's been the number one prospect for like the last 3 years, comes up and find out he's only a quadruple A player. He can't play in the majors. He rakes in triple A, comes up to the majors, can't hit.
Yep. What else are we missing here? Oh, the Yankees, they got no hit on Saturday.
They also, last time they got no hit was also by the Astros. 2003.
Fun fact. You're full of fun facts today.
Yeah, I told you, dude. Baseball, my niche, deep diving.
You're a fun guy. And then I don't know if you noticed on Sunday, they almost technically got no hit again. Went 6 innings.
Yeah.
But then they ended up walking it off in extras.
Giancarlo decided to pop the streak Said 16 innings is 16 innings too long for me. Went Yabo to center.
Yep. Also, we had that big brawl on Sunday. What'd you think of that?
That was, dude, haymakers worth thrown. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, like this looks like it'll be a good like normal fight. Bench is clear or whatever. You know, a little bit pushing and shoving. And then I look back like 5 seconds later and I just see an entire pile on the ground of guys and just fists are being thrown. Like, I literally thought they were about to put a cage out on the pitcher's mound, and we were about to have UFC 2 whatever on the pitching mound.
Yep.
I think it was J.P. Crawford, this little small shortstop dude's coming in there, dreads just flowing back, whipping back and forth as he's throwing left, right. He's got the 1-2 combo going on him. You know, geez, I mean, they were hitting him with the 1-2 Ray Rice out there.
Oh, wow. It was like Adrian Peterson saw his kids on the field or something, and he just started going.
Yeah,
yep.
That was a fun one.
Me personally, one of my most hated things about baseball is the benches clearing brawls. That was in quotes.
Dude.
Because the benches don't need to clear.
Well, and they always say
it's usually this guy got hit by a pitch and he's yelling at the pitcher, and then here comes the dugouts. Like nothing was going to happen. He's not walking towards him. He's just chirping. And then here comes the bullpen, and then there's always a second wave when the bullpen comes out where they're just pushing.
Yep.
And it's just like
you get like a 2 minute break.
That's why baseball takes so long.
The bench is clear, and then like 2 minutes later, the pitcher's like, "All right, it's our time now. Let's go."
Yeah.
And they come running out here. It's like, dude, you're a little late. They're cleaning up the blood already. You missed out.
They were done, and now you're winded, and you're like, oh, I'm already out here, now I got to do something. Like, it takes too long, man. Just let the guys fight, like a hockey fight. Every other player just needs to be the refs, and then when they've had enough, you break it up, let them go, call it good.
That was a good.
I will say that one was a good brawl. I will say that, But typically you get a little bit of pushing and shoving, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So, anything else you want to mention about baseball?
Yeah, there's 2 things I want to touch on. Well, a couple of things I want to touch on, just small things. One, the Orioles are kind of hot. I mean, kind of hot. Are the Orioles maybe a playoff team? A playoff team?
Whoa.
No,
I don't know, man. In the AL East?
No. They're 5th in the AL East, 34-40. But this week...
34-40 is not bad.
They did go on a 4-game win streak. 3 of those were against the White Sox. And one of those games, they one-hit the White Sox. Like, the Orioles don't have pitching, first off. And they one-hit the White Sox. They went 4-2 this week. Like,
you know what else we failed to mention?
Yeah, but
O'Neal Cruz.
Oh, I was getting there. Don't worry. That's coming.
Oh,
we can go ahead
now. Yeah, let's do it now because that man is going to be something special.
I figured we would just wait like the Pirates, wait a little bit too long.
Yeah, wait too long. Yep.
This dude should have.
Why was he not on their opening day roster?
Opening day.
Yes. Why did you not have him on your opening day? Give your fans something to watch. I mean, shit. Like
I'm not a Pirates fan. I'm an O'Neal Cruz fan. I've been waiting on this dude for, well, we're probably 70-something games into the year. I've been waiting for this dude for 70-something games. He came up 6-7.
And he did not disappoint.
No, he's huge.
That man can move. He can move for a big boy.
Yeah.
Not big boy. He's tall and lanky.
No,
he's quick.
He is a big boy. He's just so tall. I mean,
yeah, but I mean that throw to first and the camera just tracked it perfect and that thing was zooming.
Game 1, he sets how many records? 3 the fastest sprint speeds of the year.
And then he had well, it was by a Pirates player ever, I think. And then the throw was the fastest recorded throw of the year by an infielder.
Plus he hit 2 of the hardest hit balls by Pirates.
Yep. Yeah, he set a bunch of Pirates records, and then he had the one MLB one, which was on the throw.
He also set a record last year. So he came up for like a couple games right at the end of the year last year. And his first at-bat, he did the same thing where he broke the record for hardest hit ball. He hit like 109-mile-an-hour ball straight up the middle for a double. I mean, this dude. And look at the energy it brought him. He comes up, they win game 1 against the Cubs. His first game up, 12-1. Like, the young dogs are getting it done there. Maybe not getting it done, but, they're providing something.
I think they will eventually. Yep.
So do they sell?
It's always exciting. It's exciting to see your young guys come up.
Yeah, I mean,
And I bet being a Pirates fan is probably pretty fun right now.
Yeah. He came up. They only went 3-4 with him up, but, they took 2 games to extras. So that's something for a Pirates fan.
So let's get moving here. NHL, obviously we touched on it earlier. The Avs win, dented the trophy, pretty sweet celebration. I'm excited for the videos of eating out of the cup and doing dumb shit with the cup. And I don't know if you knew, but there is I forget his official title, but he stays with the cup at all times.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
When Ovi had it in the club, he's with it. When they take it on a day trip to out on the lake, he is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't show him in the picture.
The guy with the white gloves.
There. Yep, and it's been the same guy it's been forever. I saw it today. I think it's 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
But that's got to be the best job ever.
He's the official keeper of the Stanley Cup.
That's
Phil
what it is. The keeper.
Pritchard.
Yep. So Avalanche got it done. I mean, they second most points in the league. You knew they had a shot. Cale Makar's incredible. Another stat for you.
They made it one hell of a series. Like, the first 2 games, I thought the Avalanche were just going to sweep. And then, Lightning made it close, won that one game. And then just like the last couple games were all tight. It seemed like they were all right down to the wire, final seconds. Like, something could happen whenever. It was a hell of a series.
Another stat for you. Every year that the Avalanche have won the cup, the next year, the Red Wings won.
Ooh.
Yep.
And
So keep an eye on that.
Came out
keep
this
an eye on
week?
that.
Do you know what came out this week?
Say that again. What came out this week? Oh yeah, Unrivaled. You're right.
The doc.
You're right. I forgot about it, man. I couldn't watch it yesterday. Got home from the golf trip, and then we're recording today. So I'm gonna watch it probably tomorrow, and we'll have a review next week.
That's got to be a sign, right?
This is a good sign. The Red Wings are gonna win it next year. So that's our NHL talk.
They're gonna have to get past the Knights.
Let's do. Oh yeah, the Knights. Let's do some NBA draft talk because it was pretty exciting for me. Pistons fan, not diehard, but I've been watching it more and more every year. And we got Cade Cunningham last year. Sadiq Bey was a surprise, and then this year, the Kings fuck up. They took Keegan Murray when they should have taken Jaden Ivey, and when I saw that, I was ecstatic.
Yeah, but I guess it really depends. Like, if you're looking for a shooter, like Jaden Ivey, or I don't know. I feel like they took the right pick there if they're going for a shooter.
That's what we needed.
No, I'm not saying the Pistons. I'm saying the Kings.
You're saying the Kings.
Well,
they're both shooters. They can both shoot. But
yeah.
You're right. I mean, the Kings needed anything though. They just sold out everything, and I think they should have traded the pick. But we got Jaden Ivey, very exciting. And then they traded again and got Jalen Duren.
Did not see that.
Didn't even
coming.
know who he was. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who he was, but I looked him up. Stud. It's going to be a stud. But makes me sad because now it means we're probably not going to go after DeAndre Ayton, who would have been a stud. Who is a stud. He's a
I don't know.
stud.
I could also see, with all this stuff that's going on with the Nets might push for DeAndre Ayton.
They don't need him. They have Drummond.
Drummond's washed. He's probably not going to play this year. He's so old. I don't know.
Well, that's enough NBA talk for me.
Well,
because
hold up. You're just not going to touch on. You're not going to touch on the Bucks. I mean,
I didn't even see what they did. What'd they do?
We drafted Marjan Beauchamp.
Who?
Yep. Marjan Beauchamp. And so, if anyone, I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I saw a meme, and it's fucking great. So there's Machamp, the big, sea creature Pokemon. He's got 4 arms. Kind of looks, he looks
I know.
ripped.
I'm familiar. Familiar, yeah.
So
he's jacked.
Somebody photoshopped Marjan Beauchamp's head on Machamp's head and said, you just got beat by Beauchamp. Kind of clever.
It's crafty. Now it'll be
later
even
in the
cooler
season
if the Bucks ever win another championship.
Oh, another, the one that we won
Beauchamp
last year, Oh,
yeah. Whatever. That's enough NBA for me, man. It's Pistons are so bad. It's not fun to talk about it.
I think they might be fun this year, though. Like, not to get your hopes up or anything, but
They could be.
I think they might be fun.
No. My hopes don't get up for the Pistons like that because I don't watch enough of their games. Maybe I will now that we got a nice young core. But
yeah.
We got short NFL talk this week. Gronk retired.
Again.
So I put together... again, correct.
Dude, do you think...
And
he'll
probably unretire again in the middle of the season when Brady calls him up.
I was going to say, do you think that him and Brady have like a bet to see who can retire and unretire the most amount of times? And if so, who do you think would win?
I think Brady would win because he hasn't had as many bad injuries. I think Brady could play till he's 55, and I think Gronk only maybe has like 2 more years of unretiring and re-retiring.
I don't even know how old Gronk is. How old is Gronk? He looks like he's 23.
I think, no, dude, he's like 35, 36. He was drafted in...
Well, sorry, he parties.
I want to say 2011.
That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Parties looks, same thing.
Maybe he's only 30. I don't know. Look that up while I talk about his career highlights.
Okay.
So one of my personal favorite moments when he broke the internet with B.B. Jones. For those unfamiliar, that's an adult film star. They don't like to be called porn stars, apparently, but she's an adult film star.
My hand is
what do we
up,
got
sir.
for the age?
He's 33.
Yep. 33. He's young. Oh,
May
man.
14th, 1989.
He might be able to... He might be able to beat Brady out on the unretire, re-retire. But anyways, broke the internet with B.B. Jones. He posted a picture with her basically naked in his jersey. That was phenomenal. Hot. Roger Goodell did not like that.
Goodell
gave me my first... Dude. It might have gave me my first half chub, honestly, when that happened. I was younger. It might have been the first one.
Well, that might have been a little bit TMI, but...
Go on. It's a big moment for your boy Tubbs.
Just so you guys all know,
anyways,
Tubbs got his first half chub to Gronk and B.B. Jones. So,
yep, mark that down. You can know that about me. I'm very open. He also, everybody remembers the Lombardi Trophy dent with the baseball. That was hilarious. They still have that in Gillette Stadium, the dented Lombardi Trophy that Gronk fucked up. And then also the one with the Bucks. Him and Brady were playing catch with it. From boat to boat.
Oh, my God.
That sparked some controversy.
That thing's got to be so heavy.
Right.
Imagine just Gronk's
Gronk's hands
trophy.
Are probably as big as my head.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, like, just how heavy do they think that thing is? Like, I mean, it's got to be, like, 20 pounds, right? Lombardi.
Yeah, I was going to say 15, 20. 15,
trophy 20. Weight. What's the old Google say? Oh, 7 pounds. So I take it back.
I could throw that thing around. And then my last career highlight moment was when he trashed the Lions on live TV. He said the reason he first retired was because the Patriots were going to trade him to the Lions. And he said, you can't do that. I'm retired.
He told the Lions to keep his name out your fucking mouth. That's what he said.
Yep.
He said, I don't want no shit in Detroit.
Slapped him. That's when we were decent, too. Like, we had Stafford. We still had Kelvin Johnson, Reggie Bush. Like, we were decent when that happened. And he...
what's the threshold for decent?
It was the year before or after they made the playoffs. Oh, not 0-16, correct.
Okay.
Yep. So, enough about that. You just pissed me off. Now I'm done talking about that guy.
Well, I mean...
So I guess we can move on to our Grit Award of the week.
Yep, this was my idea. I think every week we should start giving out an award for just pure grit. You know, there's something that goes on every week. It was a real toss-up this week between, Isaac Paredes, just absolutely raking. And then I decided, you know what? No. The Grit Award needs to go to the man who holds my heart, Jake Thibodeau.
I appreciate that.
Do you accept this award?
Like we said earlier, I accept this with the utmost enthusiasm and respect.
Sure. Would you like to give a speech?
Yes, I'd like to thank my father, who was along with me on the trip, my roommate / landlord, who was with me on the trip, everybody over at Integrity Interiors, just pure grit out of the whole group. I had 5 rounds in 4 days. On the 4th day, yesterday. I was feeling it, and we were on the way to the golf course. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it for the listeners. And I did it. Greens were fast. It was a tough course. Shot okay, pretty bad, but I probably drank about 100 beers and a fifth of Fireball.
God damn.
And I think I got no more than 4 hours of sleep every night we were up there because you're drinking and having fun till about 3, and then you got to be up at 7 for tomorrow's tee time. So
that is
definitely showed some grit up there, and I'm just glad it's getting
grit.
recognized.
I would like to point out, is it a weird dynamic that you get between your roommate and your landlord? Do you guys, do things together?
No, nothing's done. We watch TV shows together and
like Netflix.
We play cornhole.
Oh,
never Netflix. Never Netflix. That's a boundary we don't want to cross.
Do you watch Netflix and play cornhole at the same time?
No. I want this conversation to be over. No. Nope. Cornhole happens outdoors. It's the backyard game enjoyed by many across the United States of America.
Freaky.
There is no second meaning to this. We never put on Netflix because that's a weird boundary I don't want to cross. We put on sports and we drink beer.
Oh, that's
sometimes
manly.
go golf.
Okay, that's manly.
Yep.
We're good.
We are men, manly men. That's what we are. So
yeah,
we're gonna move on now.
Yeah, I think next week for the Grit Award we'll kind of come to this on a consensus. It won't just be me. So I think we'll pay attention and we'll come to one together instead of me picking one out.
I appreciate the nomination though.
You're welcome.
It means a lot to me.
I wanted to keep the honorary award in the family, so to speak.
Yep. So next week we're gonna have each of us are gonna put together an All-Star Ballot, and then we're gonna critique the shit out of each other's ballots because I'm sure there's gonna be some names on there that definitely should not be.
Oh yeah, All-Star game's coming up. We got to get in the mood. Greatest time of the year.
We got to get
Home
ready.
Run Derby.
It's a game that means nothing, but the Home Run Derby is going to be phenomenal. I'm a big celebrity softball guy too.
Yep.
I sometimes I enjoy watching that. I like seeing Jenny Finch just get bombs hit off of her.
Do you know where the All-Star game is?
Where's it at?
Take a guess.
It's not Colorado. That was recently.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go Wrigley Field.
Nope. It is at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, I knew that. I so knew that.
Which I think might be all right when it comes. But I think it might be all right when it comes to the Home Run Derby.
That's true. I just want to see bombs, man.
Nothing will beat the Home Run Derby in Colorado.
No, that was. Or when Giancarlo hit that 500-foot bomb in Miami and it broke the glass.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We should put together a favorite Home Run Derby moments to go with the All-Star. That can be like the week before. That's what we can do.
Robbie Cano when he was roided up.
Yup. Who was it? Prince Fielder, dude. He used to have just such a sweet swing, and in the Home Run Derby, he just put everything into it. That was fun to see.
Yeah.
Or Josh Hamilton. Remember Josh Hamilton?
Yeah, he was coked out. He wasn't roided up. He was coked out.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yep.
Hardcore drug.
Roids and coke. You get everything at the Home Run Derby. Coke and roids, and I think somebody drank a beer there once. They were out of it and they cracked a beer. So
might as well. It's just the All-Star game.
Well, beer's terrible for you. I don't know why anybody would drink that.
Oh, says the guy who put an over-under on 40.5 beers this weekend. He drank one for the entire roster of the Tigers.
It's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna write all their names on my beers and just.
All right, this one's Riley Greene.
Man.
I'm gonna really take my time with this one.
Right, and then I'm just gonna chug as fast as I can for Javi Baez.
Oh, I thought he was back.
Get that thing out of here. He's overpaid. He is back. You're right.
Wait, so then for like Erod's beer, do you just set it to the side?
Yeah, and then forget it's even there.
Oh, okay.
And just really wonder what's going on with that thing.
It's his wife, bro.
Her
ex-wife.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Did it come out?
That's what it was.
What was the reason?
It's the whole
I didn't
divorce
see it.
thing. Breaking news: Jake did not know what was going on with his own team.
breaking news, a guy isn't playing baseball because he's going through a divorce.
Do you remember the whole, what's his name from the Cubs, where like his wife cheated on him, and like that's why he had to take time away from baseball?
Oh, Sammy Sosa?
No. It was, what's his name? He played for the Rays, and then, God damn it, that's gonna bug me.
Oh, Longoria.
No, it wasn't Longoria. Longoria's got a hot wife.
Oh,
yeah, he said.
I thought she cheated on him.
Yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez.
Well, if it's
from
actually
Tigers due to marital issues.
So he got cheated on. Oh, and it was probably by somebody on the Tigers. What do you want to bet?
That would be.
I feel like that's the only reason you would.
Can't
I
come
feel like
back
that's the
then.
only reason you would not play is because you don't want to be around that dude,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe like a worker or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's
I
a
feel
lot.
like a lot of people go through divorces.
I don't know. I mean, it's Ben Zobrist, by the way. Ben Zobrist. His wife cheated on him. And it was a very ugly divorce, so he had to step away from baseball. So.
Yep.
I feel like that might
let's get into
be
our
what he's
weekend
doing.
preview. Let's get into our weekend preview here and wrap this bad boy up. Put a bow on it.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I'll be drinking quite a few beers, sitting around a fire, probably play some cornhole.
Sit around
I'm golfing on Sunday. Yep. Sing our campfire song.
Yeah.
CAMPFIRESONG song. Yeah, so just camping, going golfing on Sunday, coming home Monday, gonna be hungover, gonna be tan. Really trying to just get that Greek god look, you know.
Really let the
I
freedom
refuse to
shine,
wear
you know?
sunscreen. Exactly. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Kid Rock this weekend, that's for sure.
Speaking of, I'm going to a Kid Rock concert in September.
There you go. What do you got this weekend?
Honestly, right now, I don't have plans. I don't have to work Saturday, so that's nice. I don't have to work Monday, so that's also nice. And I'm just going to chill, throw back some brewskis, wear my red, white, and bruise shirt for probably 4 days in a row, and maybe I'll switch it up one day. But I don't know.
That's
maybe
crazy. If you have no plans, you should come out to the cottage.
We'll see.
This dude just denied me live on air.
Well, no, it's not a deny. It's a maybe. I don't know what my plans are. I just told you. I don't have plans as of right now.
Your maybes are always no's. Your maybes are always no's.
To be determined.
There we go.
We'll put it that way. There we go. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you got anything else?
Nope. Just look forward to next week. We'll have our All-Star Ballot. We'll have another Grid Award of the Week.
I'm
If
hyped.
anybody wants to send in a submission, tell us about what you did throughout the week or on the weekend that, maybe deserves that award. Other than that, that's all we got.
Yeah, give us something. Give us some crazy stories. Maybe we can make a new segment about some of your crazy stories or something. I don't know.
Yep. Crazy story of the week, Grid Award of the Week. We'll do a lot of other weeks. Just send them in. Text, tweet, call, fax, email.
Yeah, I mean,
old school mail. Doesn't matter.
You guys
We'll
saw
get
our
it.
Twitter at Tanks and Tubs. Go or at Tanks and Tutties. Go follow that. Give us some advice on what we should add, what we should get rid of, what you want more of, what you want less of, whatever it is. Like we keep saying, we're
And
trying to be
before you say it-
inclusive.
Before you say it, you can't get rid of Austin. He stays.
It's a deal breaker. We're a package.
Yep, deal breaker.
We play
So,
MLB
with
the
that,
show
everybody,
together.
Have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe and drink some beer for your boy Tubbs.
Yes, sir. Wait, what
See ya.
about for me?
Nah, fuck you.